everybody, this is Sam and welcome with a new lesson on SAT. I'm bringing a new video on SAT. Today we're gonna solve together section 5. Let's look at problem number 1. This problem states each of the following is a factor of 80 except. Each of the following is a factor of 80 except. The choices. Factors of 80. What is meant by a factor? A factor of a number, say 8. If you look at the answers, A is 5. You'll ask yourself, is 80 divisible by 5? Yes. If you want to use a calculator, 80 divided 5, the result is 16. So this means 80 is divisible by 5 and the result is a whole number which is 16. Answer number B, it says 8. You can ask yourself, is 80 divisible by 8? Yes, the result is 10 without any remainder. C, 12. You can ask yourself, is 80 divisible by 12? The answer is not divisible by 12 because there is a remainder. The remainder will be 8 because 80 divided 12 equals, I want to mix the number, the answer is 6 and 2 over 3. Since we divide by 12, this will be 6, and to make the 3 12, you have to multiply it by 4. This means 8 over 12. So the remainder is 8. So 80 is not divisible by 12. So 12 is not a factor of 80. If 80 is divisible by 5, we say that 5 is a factor of 80. If 80 is divisible by 8, we say that 8 is a factor of 80. So, which number is not a factor of 80? The result is 12. The answer is 12. Actually, in this problem, we use a strategy called test answer choices. It's called TAC. How do you use this strategy? I'm gonna test the answers. So when you want to use this strategy, look at the answer C. Always look at answer C. A, B, C, D, E. Okay. We look at the middle answer first. If it doesn't work, we can move up or we can move down. Okay. First I'm gonna test answer C. Is 80 divisible by 12? No, 80 is not divisible by 12. So 12 is not a factor of 80. So the answer is C. Let's look at problem number 2. Yeah. Problem number 2. This problem states that K equals 3wx and m equals quantity w minus 1 all multiplied by k. If k and m are defined by the equations above, what is the value of m when w equals 12 and x equals 1? So we have two equations. The first equation is k equals 3wx, and the second equation is m equals quantity w minus 1 all multiplied by k, and we have the values of w equals 4 and x equals 1. Now substitute by both the values of w and x in the first equation. So this implies that k equals 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 1. This will be equals 12. And let's go to equation number 2. He asks about the value of m. What is the value of m? M equals w, which is 4 minus 1 multiplied by k. We found the value of k, which is 12. This means 4 minus 1, 3 multiplied 12, you will get 36. And we have answer 36. So question number 2, the answer is E. Let's look at problem number 3. Problem number 3. Yes. This problem states that we have a figure. There are 5 houses on each side of a street, as shown in the figure above. No 2 houses next to each other on the same side of the street, and no 2 houses directly across from each other on opposite sides of the street can be painted the same color. If the houses labeled G are painted gray, how many of the 7 remaining houses cannot be painted gray? Cannot be painted gray. So here we have 2 rules. The first rule is, he said that no 2 houses next to each other on the same side of the street can be painted the same color. This is the first rule. And the second rule is, no 2 houses directly cross from each other on opposite sides on the street can be painted the same color. So in this problem we have 2 rules. Okay. According to the first rule, when he said no 2 houses next to each other on the same side of the street can be painted the same color. Okay. From the figure, as you can see, each of the 3 remaining houses at the top of the figure is next to a house painted gray. This one next to a house painted gray, this one next to a house painted gray, this one next to a house that is painted gray. So each of the three remaining houses at the top of the figure is next to a house painted gray. And by the first rule, none of these houses can be painted gray. None of these houses can be painted gray. Also by the first rule, the second and the fourth house at the bottom of the figure cannot be painted gray by using the first rule, because both of them next to a house that is painted gray. And so now we have 5 houses that cannot be painted gray. And by the second rule, a house number 1 in this side cannot be painted gray. Why? Because it is opposite to a house that is painted gray. Now we have 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. So the total number of houses that cannot be painted gray is 6. A total of 6 of the remaining 7 houses cannot be painted gray. So answer number 3 is 6 in E. Now let's look at problem number 4. This problem states 7 to the power n multiplied by 7 to the power 3 equals 7 to the power 12. 7 to the power 12. What is the value of n? Okay. 7 to the power n multiplied by 7 to the power 3, 7 to the power 3, equals 7 to the power 12. Okay. To solve this kind of problems, we have two methods. The first one is, if you are aware by the rules of powers, you can say that we have two bases, we have same bases and different powers in multiplication. So the result is 7 to the power n multiplied 7 to the power 3 equals 7 to the power, we add powers, n plus 3 equals 7 to the power 12. Since base equal base, this means power equal power, this means n plus 3 equals 12. Undo what has been done to the variable. It means minus 3 on the left hand side and minus 3 to the right hand side. 3's cancel each other, so the rest will be n equals 12 minus 3 will get 9. So the value of n is 9. The answer will be C. The second strategy that we can use, 7 to the power n multiplied 7 to the power 3 equals 7 to the power 12. We have answer choices A 2, 3, 4, I'm sorry, B 4, C 9, D 15, E 36. We can use the strategy test answer choice stack. Substitute the value of n by 2, 7 to the power 2 multiplied 7 to the power 3. This means 7 to the power 5, not 7 to the power 12. Cannot be answered. If we put n equals 4, 7 to the power 4 multiplied 7 to the power 3 equals 7 to the power 7. It's not equal 7 to the power 12. This is wrong. As we said before, when you want to use test answer choices, start with the middle, 9. 7 to the power 9 multiplied 7 to the power 3 equals 7 to the power 9 plus 3 is 12. 7 to the power 12 is equal to 7 to the power 12. So this is the correct answer. Okay. Now, so the answer of problem number 4 is 9. Now, look at problem number 5. Problem number 5. Here we have two tables. The first table, it talks about prices, and the second, it talks about inventory capacity. This problem states a furniture company makes one style of tables and chairs. The chart on the left above gives the prices of these tables and chairs in three different years. The chart on the right gives the maximum number of tables and chairs that can be stocked in each of the three warehouses X, Y, and Z. Based on the prices shown, what was the maximum possible value of the table and the chair inventory in warehouse Y in 1995? So he asks about what was the maximum possible value. So he asks about money of the table and the chair inventory in a warehouse Y in 1995. Y. So he talks about this column Y. In 1995, this is 1995. From the table you can see that. In warehouse Y we have 80 tables, and the price of each table is 265. So to find the value of tables, we have to multiply the number by the price of each table. So 80 multiplied 265. 80 multiplied 265. equals, and to find the price of chairs, we have 200 chairs and the price of each chair is 30. So to find the total value, we have to multiply 200 by 30. 200, this is the number of chairs, multiplied by 30. You can use calculator to solve this kind of problem. Okay, we will use multiplication. 80 multiplied 265 equals 21200. 21200. Okay, and 200 times 30 equals 6,000. 6, 1, 2, 3. We add the value of the tables and the chairs together. 6,000 plus 21200 equals, the answer is 27200. We have this answer, I think. Yeah, it's C. This answer C. 27,200. 27,200. Okay, so the answer is C. Let's look at problem number 6. This problem states we have a figure. Three lines. In the figure above, which of the following is greatest? Okay. Line, another line like this. This C, D, E. This is 70 degrees. And this angle is 60 degrees. This is B, this is A, and in this problem he asks about which of the following is greatest. Okay. You can see from the figure that angle E will be 110, because 110 plus 70, 180, and this is a straight angle. Okay. Sum of interior angles for the triangle 180, 70 plus 60, 130. This angle will be 50. This implies this one is 130. Okay. This is 60. This means this is 120. This is 60. So the greatest angle, this one, which is D. D equals 130. This is the greatest angle. So question number 6, problem number 6, the answer is D. Okay. Let's look at problem number 7. This problem states that we have a figure. We have a figure like this. The problem states, which of the following could be the equation of the graph above? Okay. As you know that this graph is the graph of a quadratic function, and you have to know how to find the equation of a quadratic function or a parabola from the figure. As you can see, the vertex of this parabola is 0 and 2. 0 and 2. Okay, from the figure, vertex is 0 and 2. Good. The general formula of a quadratic equation, if you know the vertex is f of x equals x minus a quantity square plus b. where A and B are the coordinates of the vertex. This is A, this is B. Substitute x minus A, which is 0 to the power 2, plus B, which is 2. This means x minus 0 is x to the power 2x squared plus 2. And we have this answer. This answer present in A. Y equal, you have to know that f of x, it means y, the same. F of x is y. Okay? So the answer is A, x squared plus 2. Now let's look at problem number 8. What is the total number of right angles formed by the edges of cube? The total number of right angles. Right angles means, right angle means the angle equal 90 degrees, right? Right angle. It means angle of measure 90 degrees. Okay. So, this is the cube. As you know that the cube has 6 faces. And each face is a square. If you ask yourself, how many right angle in each square, you can say 4. So we have, each face has 4 angles. So 4 multiplied 6, you will get 24. So we have 24 right angles formed by the edges of a cube. So the answer of question number 8 is B. 24 angles is B. Number 8 is B. I hope that you are enjoyed watching this video. I hope to watch more and more videos, and have a nice day. Bye.